An array is nothing but a collection of more than one values under a single variable name. If I have a list of 4 students, I can store each of them into unique variable names. But what if I have a list of 100 students or maybe 1000 students? I will need to assign each of them to 1000 unique variables. So this is where arrays come into picture. We have more than one ways to initialize an array, but here I am using the array function. We can pass our elements into the array function as arguments separated by comma. So now each of these student names are stored at students array. What if I want to access a particular element out of this array? In that case, I will just need to know the index position of the element in the array. In arrays, the first element is always stored at 0th index, the second is at first index, third is at second index, and fourth element is at third index. So if I want to access Alex, I will just need to write the array name, which is students, and the index position of Alex, which is 0. Okay, I will pass the index position in the square brackets. It will print Emma because of this, it will print Alex because of this echo statement here. Similarly, I can print Emma, which is at first index, Andrew, which is at second index, and Amanda, that is at third index. I can also include a new element into the already existing array in PHP. I just need to write down the new index position and assign the new value into that position. So now our array has total 5 values from index 0 to index 4. There are another ways to initialize an array in PHP. Here I have an array named CS students, and here I'm not using the array function, I'm just passing the student names into the square brackets. Okay, now if I access the student at its second location, second index, it will print Dylan, because Leo is at 0th index, Dwayne is at first index, Dylan is at second index. Yet another way to initialize an array. IT students of 0 now have the value Josh. IT student of 1, this is how we call it, of 1 or of 0. IT students of 1 has John. I also don't need to initialize an empty array before using the array down here, because if I just simply write down the array name and or any variable name and use the array notation, square brackets with it, it will create a new array automatically, so I don't need to write it here. Another way to initialize an array is using the empty square brackets. Okay, here I'm not telling it at which index the rows is going to store and at what index Jack will be stored. Because rows is the first element to this array, it will get stored at 0th index and Jack will get stored at first index. So I'm writing math students, or array name, math students of 1, it will print Jack. Okay, now let me run this function for you, but before that let me add a new line. Okay, here you go. Alex, Emma, Andrew, Amanda, Anna. Let's see from where it is getting printed here. So student of 0 Alex, student of 4 Anna. So from Alex to Emma, Anna, Alex, Emma, okay. Andrew, Amanda, Anna. Okay, and then the list of students, CS students. Here's the list of CS students. It is printing Dylan here. So CS students of 2, 0, 1, 2. Dylan is at second index, that's why it is printing Dylan in there. Okay, now list of IT students, it is printing John. list of IT students, printing John, because John is at first index and I'm printing the value of first index. That's why it is printing John. List of math students, it is printing Jack. List of math students. The first value into the array was Rose and second value into the array is Jack. So second value always inserted at the first index. So I'm printing the math students of 1, so it will print Jack.